Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
Gay,
You cannot
but
lie.
it's not.
Look, you cannot lie. The testicle tanning guys, they look good. The
look
bodies are hitting.
The funny part is that Benjamin Braddock guy, who's the supposed testicle tanning like influencer in that documentary. I went on his Twitter and he is just fucking bitching about Bolsonaro
that was so funny.
losing. Just endless tweets about how it sucks and that it's a U.S. backed coup that made like Lula win, and you know the leftists are
now
doing
we're
violence.
mad about U.S. back coups.
So he's just like, I mean, and also like I think Tucker basically wanted him to say tanning because it's not even tanning. It's literally like red light.
Red
right?
light. Yeah.
It's just red light, and they've shown that it can like wounds will close faster. There is like medical background to that, but it's not even actually tanning. This coward would never sit under a sun lamp and put his precious balls in front of it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, because there are guys who do tan their balls, right? Like, that's like I guess more on the more kind of new age side of it. And I guess they got it from, I think it was a like new age women's practice, like in the 70s. I think it was called like sunning your yoni.
Getting your yoni out there. Yeah.
So they've kind of like adopted that, and then I guess decided to make it like alpha.
I will not get with a woman unless her clit is tanned.
The more obsessed you get with alpha masculinity, the more you will turn your brain into a chick. And by that, I'm sorry, don't be too offensive, a stereotypical misogynist view of what a woman behaves and thinks like.
Yeah, no, the thesis is proven.
Hulse, you know, the kind of finale of his trajectory is he's now doing a war on Vice, and by that he means Vice News because he's pissed off about this piece that they put out on him. Which, you know, hey, I'm with you. But then he's also selling this like Patriot product MLM thing, and he's selling it by being like, defeat communism and piss off the globalists by buying these products. Get rich while pissing off the communists.
Oh, yeah, because the hook is that none of the products are made in China, right?
Yeah, communist China.
Yes.
The other funny thing about the Tucker Carlson documentary is just all the interjections from Tucker himself, because it's like half of it's like a shirtless guy cutting down a tree with an axe. And then it cuts back to like Tucker's studio, and he's just sitting there in a blue Oxford shirt. And look, you know, like Tucker's not like the ugliest man in the world, but he has, I'm sorry, very soft feminine features.
The motherfucker wore a bow tie for 30 fucking years on television in public.
Yeah, but who remembers that, man? Who remembers that? No one can remember anything.
And also, like, you know, like the way he, shall we say, carefully edited his interview with Kanye West. I mean, he carefully edits details of his own life. Like, for instance, did he and his family get the vaccination or not? Did he get the clot shot? What he says to that is like, hey, buddy, I didn't ask you the last time you fucked your wife. And it's just like, okay, well.
Is he an actual deep state operative? How about that one?
Yeah. How about like what happened with that CIA, you know, the process of trying to get in? Did they not let you in because maybe you had a better role to play as a kind of Anderson Cooper out there?
Wait, did he actually try and join the CIA?
Yeah, he was turned down, supposedly.
I mean, they say he tried to, but plenty of people like quit or fired the CIA or never formally joined it who had arrangements with them.
Oh, I thought that was just like part of your joke.
Oh, no, I was not joking on Manclan. Like, he did try to join, and I mean, yeah, if you have him on the right and Anderson Cooper on the left, I think we have a great balanced media.
Did Anderson Cooper try and join the CIA as well?
Oh, well, no comment there. Annie, I'll send you some documents after this.
Annie, do your research, okay? Just do further research.
Yeah, do your own research, Annie. I'm sick of this shit.
He's just a Vanderbilt. I mean, like, yeah, Tucker never saw like an imperial expansion he didn't love until like 2016, and even then, it's the exact same shit.
He was chasing an audience. He's like all these guys. He's just the biggest version of any of these motherfuckers. Like, that's why people say he's going to run for president. He's too fucking lazy to run for president.
Yeah, why would you give up being the TV guy?
Yeah, you get to say whatever you want. Everybody hangs on your every word. You triggered the libs more than anybody else without having to like campaign and see regular scumbag humans and like get up before noon.
I have a blind item about Cooper if you want it. Obviously cannot prove that this is true in any way. I'm sure the source that gave it to me is full of shit or whatever. But apparently they had like, you know, during this like debunking craze, which, you know, like our podcast, we try to like not just do this kind of like debunking that like, I don't know, something like CNN would do or whatever. But like they got into this whole misinformation, disinformation thing, and they were started to explore conspiracy theories. And they got interested in like, well, there's so many conspiracy theories about you, Anderson. Wouldn't it be cool if we did like a bit on that? And so this is obviously totally blind item, but they started the process of that, and things got so fucking weird that they were like, yeah, never mind, let's just can this bit.
Woke up this morning, started to snooze. Had a cigarette and a cup of tea. I looked in the mirror, what did I see? A 9-stone weakling with knobbly knees. I did my knees bend.
Well, I guess like to wrap things up for here, Julian and Annie, we started talking about how like there is whether it is vegetable oil is bad for you, or that exercising actually is a good cure for mild depression, or like cultivating a certain confidence and self-esteem and fighting against sort of fragility in yourself is a good way to like practice and become more successful in attracting the object of one's desire. But in terms of talking to young men who, for many reasons, are depressed and alienated by the conditions of the modern world, what are some sort of non-political or practical advice that like they're not being told by these hucksters and multi-level marketers that are pitching to them? Is there a way to acknowledge the problems that young men face, which are, I think, overwhelmingly dismissed by the left as being some sort of like a fundamentally hateful or frightening thing? Like, is there a way to talk to these alienated people that doesn't involve, the Frankfurt School and cultural Marxism?
Damn, yeah. That's a hard one. I mean, I think that we have to admit that you guys have been talking about this a bit recently, like our phones and the constant kind of living through an image of yourself and others. It's not helping, and I hate to just be like touch grass, but I mean, you might want to touch some grass. You might want to be more around actual human beings in your life.
That's the dagger in the heart here, is that you can't really give them an alternative, because the only real alternative to descending into this fantasy world is to talk to people around you, and that's fucking sucks. And it's
hard.
It can be embarrassing and tedious, and a lot of people don't even have a lot of opportunities to talk to other people in their daily life.
Well, if you're young, they grew up under the same fucking conditions you did. They also have very few memories of the world before this. They're also as fucking hamstrung and socially crippled as you are. It's like, it is like genuinely horrifying.
So date older women.
Yeah.
Date dowagers, date older women who don't use cell phones.
A fine dowager.
You want to find yourself a mature woman who was denied a smartphone for some reason. I don't know. I mean, it's like, honestly, there is no a solution that can kind of get people outside of the structure and trajectory that currently exists, right? But you can still, in your everyday life, get more into actual human beings around you and get out there and do things. You can, if we're going to talk about like how to improve yourself as an individual, which is the kind of advice that actually comes from these people online, my advice is like, get offline. Don't be a guy who's looking for advice online.
It's funny, the one thing that gives these guys such a huge advantage in the marketplace of ideas, an enemy and a villain, is the exact same thing that means that they can't actually help these people. Because if you give people a fucking enemy and a villain, well, then there's somebody you can imagine a battle with, and boom, you're in the realm of the political without even meaning to be. You're in the realm of we're gonna beat these people. That means that you don't have to look at the harder question of how do I actually individually improve. Like, they show these guys bodybuilding and eating the raw meat and shit, but most of the people who like aspire to that's a very daunting lifestyle. They don't have the means to do it.
There's also the idea of like, get out of this idea of lifestyle, because when you talk about fitness and nutrition, that used to just be like